The ability of a wild animal to evade predators by playing dead, dropping a tail, and vomiting or pooping poison is one of nature's most fascinating phenomena. These tried-and-true strategies, however, are far from innovative. You've probably never heard of a frog that breaks its own fingers and uses the bones as weapons, or of a butterfly larva that looks exactly like a deadly snake, right down to the diamond-shaped head. Here are 10 strangest defense mechanisms in nature. 10. Flying fish. There are many creatures that have the ability to fly, but fish are not among them. Flying fish can leap from the water and fly or glide for long distances. This is a defense mechanism used to avoid predators. The flying fish has a streamlined, torpedo-shaped body that allows it to gather enough energy to break through the water's surface. The fish swims at speeds of up to 37 miles per hour to get out of the water. The fish's pectoral fins have evolved into large wings, allowing the fish to fly. It can fly for up to 656 feet after leaving the water, using its tail fin as a propeller. A flying fish was observed gliding for 45 seconds in Japan in 2008. 9. Boxer crabs. The boxer crab, also known as the pom-pom crab or cheerleader crab, has devised an ingenious defense strategy that employs tiny sea anemones as weapons. To ward off predators, these crabs will carry anemones in each claw and wave them. If the predator attacks, the anemones deliver a lethal sting. It's an excellent way to keep attackers at bay, and it benefits the anemones by allowing them to move around and potentially gain access to more food. Boxer crabs do not require anemones to survive, and they will occasionally use coral or sponges instead. 8. The lizard. The Texas horned lizard goes to great lengths to defend itself. This lizard, also known as the Phrynosoma cornutum, has been designated as the Texas state reptile. The horned lizard can defend itself with its horns, but when provoked, it does something truly amazing. When threatened, the lizard applies pressure to its sinus cavities, causing the blood vessels in its eyes to burst, spraying its attacker with blood from its eyes. Streams of blood can travel up to 5 feet. This causes the reptile to lose 1/3 of its blood supply. Even with such an incredible defense mechanism, these lizards are disappearing at an alarming rate. Their current status is listed as threatened. 7. Potato beetle. The potato beetle has devised an unusual strategy to avoid being eaten by larger insects. The larvae are covered in their own feces. The dung is poisonous, and the foul odor deters predators. The beetle feeds on the nightshade plant and recycles the toxic substances it excretes. A fecal shield is a type of defense. Feces is guided onto the beetle's backs by a series of muscle contractions in the abdomen, where it forms the shield over time. 6. Dinaster butterfly. The Dinaster darius butterfly, which is native to Trinidad, has one of the most impressive displays of mimicry in the animal kingdom. It will flip itself upside down, puff out its head, and use its brown underbelly to fool predators into thinking it's a snake during its pupal stage. After shedding its final layer of skin, it will do this for 13 days. It is immobile during this time, and its only defense is the incredibly deceptive snake disguise. The butterfly even mimics the scales and eyes of a serpent at this stage. Its head resembles a pit viper's threatening diamond shape, which no butterfly predator wants to mess with. 5. The sea cucumber. Stick insects can regenerate limbs, but sea cucumbers outperform them. When threatened, a sea cucumber releases a poisonous toxin called holothurine. Some sea cucumbers go one step further by self-eviscerating, which means violently contracting their muscles together until some of their organs are secreted out of their anus. This deceives their predator into believing they are dead. Sea cucumbers then regenerate their lost organs and continue on their merry way, cool as a cucumber. 4. The squid. Octopotothus delatron, a species of squid, would literally give an arm and a leg to defend itself. Okay, so it's not a leg, but when attacked, the squid jettisons its arm to reduce tissue loss. Its arms eventually regenerate. It squirts ink as a defense mechanism, just like any other squid. Another interesting feature of the squid is that it has light-emitting organs on the tips of each arm, which allows it to distract its enemies. 3. The ants. What should a Camponotus saundersi ant do if it is under attack? Why don't you blow yourself up? Why give the bad guy all the credit by beating you? These ants, also known as the Malaysian exploding ant, have large glands full of poison inside their bodies. When threatened, they contract their abs, causing the glands in their heads to explode and spray their predators with poison. The poison-covered predators are restrained, and the corrosive venom can even kill them. These non-reproducing worker ants carry out their responsibilities to ensure the survival of the ants who pass on their DNA. 2. Japatella heti octopus. This octopus can be found in the oceans at depths ranging from 1,900 to 3,200 feet. The Japatella heti octopus has had to evolve in order to avoid two types of deadly predators: those that hunt by looking for silhouettes created by the lighter waters above, and those that hunt by using their own light from bioluminescence. Except for its eyes and guts, the octopus is almost completely transparent to avoid creating a silhouette. These, on the other hand, have become reflective, reducing their shadow. This lets light pass through the creature, making it less visible to predators. However, this is a disadvantage when it comes to predators with bioluminescence, such as anglerfish, because the octopus will reflect the light, making the fish easy to find. When the octopus detects the anglerfish's light, it activates skin pigments to avoid becoming food. These pigments enable the octopus to change its color from blue to red in less than a second, significantly lowering its reflectivity. The octopus is effectively rendered invisible to anglerfish and other headlight fish as a result of this. When the threat has passed and the light has faded, Japatella heti returns to transparency. 1. Motixia. One common defensive strategy is to use bright colors or patterns to scare off potential predators. Colors, on the other hand, are useless if you spend most of your time in the dark, as nocturnal creatures do. This is where bioluminescence comes into play. Motixia, an endemic millipede genus, uses an internal glow to ward off predators. But that's not all. They also produce and expel cyanide through pores on their wormy bodies. Cyanide is extremely poisonous. It prevents the body's cells from using oxygen. As a result, rodents, centipedes, and beetles that prey on Motixia millipedes get a lot more than they bargained for when they bite into this lanky invertebrate.